Guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be doing some Gel X nails on my right hand today, but I'm going to be doing it a little bit different to what I normally do. So as you can see, I've already sized my tips up and I've popped my tips on display stands. I've pulled out Madam Glam's rubber base coat called Crystal Val, which is this gorgeous silver glittery rubber base coat. I've added a little bit of that to the very tip of the nail tip. Now I'm just using a detailer brush and I'm just blending that up the nail, so like fading the glitter out as it comes up the nail. Once I'm happy with that, I'll cure that for 60 seconds. I'll just show you me doing that one more time on the second nail. So just apply a little bit on the very tip and then use the detailer brush to just fade it up the nail. So you want the bulk of the glitter at the very tip of the nail, and then as it's going up the nail towards the cuticle area, you want the glitter to kind of fade off. Once I'm happy with that, I'll cure that for 60 seconds. So I've done the other three off camera. I've now pulled out this Madam Glam pink fiberglass base coat gel, and we're going to paint the rest of the tip now. So we want it to be a full coat like that, and then again I'm going to use this detailer brush and I'm just going to fade the pink over the glitter. Now this base colour looks quite patchy at the minute because it's on a clear tip, but once we get them applied onto my nails, they don't look patchy at all. So don't worry about the gel looking really sparse and patchy, because you're not going to notice that once these are applied. These do need to be very milky or translucent, so we're going to be able to cure the solid tip gel once I go to apply these to my nails. So like I was saying at the beginning, this is a slightly different way of doing Gel X. Usually you would stick your tips down first with your solid tip gel, then you'd decorate after. I like being able to do my nail art on tip display stands. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward if you're doing nails on your right hand and you're using your non-dominant hand to do the nail art with. It could be really awkward. So I really like this way of being able to do Gel X. I mean, this design wouldn't be too hard to do with your non-dominant hand, but this was just the design that I chose to do at the time. But this is going to be a really great option if you want to do a little bit of intricate nail art using your non-dominant hand. So we've done the other three off camera again. I'm now wiping away that tacky layer with some isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free pad, just because I'm going to be sticking a couple of stickers on this ring fingernail. So I've pulled out this like abstracty kind of face. I think these were from AliExpress, guys. I will leave the link for them in my description box below. So I've just picked the sticker off with my tweezers, laid it down on the nail and made sure it's fully stuck down with the silicone tool on the end of my tweezers. And then I've pulled out a couple of floral flowery decals, but I didn't really like how these looked on the nail. Couldn't really see them, there wasn't much brightness to them at all. So when I'm using decals, I like to cut the decal out, stick it on a clear jelly stamper, wet my finger with some water, dab it over the decal and then slide the back of the decal off, leaving the decal on the jelly stamper. That way I can stamp the design onto the nail exactly where I need it, because obviously you can see through that clear jelly stamper. It's a really great way of applying decals. So let me just show you one more. I've cut the flower out that I want to use. I've stuck the decal on my clear jelly stamper upside down, so the image facing downwards. I've dabbed my finger in water, tap that on the back of the decal, leave it for a few seconds, maybe just 6-7 seconds, and then slide that back in away, and it should slide away from that image perfectly, leaving the image on the jelly stamper. But like I just said a minute ago, I wasn't happy with them decals. You couldn't really see them on the nail, so I decided to pull out a sticker which is a lot more vibrant. You'll find stickers are always way more vibrant than decals. So then I'm just making that all fully stuck down properly, and then we can go in with some top coat. So I'm using Madam Glam's No Wipe Shiny top coat, and I'm going to give this now a full coat of top coat, cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Just show you me doing the thumbnail as well, and then I'll do the other three off camera, guys. There's no point me showing you top coating every single nail because it's just going to get way too boring, way too repetitive. So we'll cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now it's going to be time to get them all applied. So I've prepped my nails already off camera, and I'm going to be now going in with my dehydrator and bonder from Neo Nails. So we start off by applying the dehydrator first, If you want to see me prep my nails, guys, I've got loads of videos on my channel where I've left my prep work in. But today I just didn't want this video to get too long, so I did all my prep work off camera. So now I'm going in with a dehydrator, applying that to the nail plate. Let that dry. Then once that's dry, we're going to go in with the Ultra Bond Acid Primer from Neo Nails. Applying that on the nail plate of all 5 nails. Make sure you don't get this on your skin, guys. Once that's dry, we're then going to go in with our base coat. So I'm going to be using Madam Glam's base coat. Now, I don't know why, but a lot of people feel they need to do a thick coat of base coat. You really don't need a thick coat, guys. A nice thin coat is all you need. Now on this nail, I've got a ski slope nail that points downwards. So I'm going to show you the best way to kind of level this nail out, which is going to make the Gel X tips fit so much nicer. So I'm using that fiberglass gel, what we used earlier, and I'm just applying a thin coat of that to the whole of my nail. And then you'll see I've applied a little, only a small tiny bead right on the very tip. Now, what that is doing is it's building that tip up that's curving downwards. It's building it up to the same level as the whole of the nail. You can kind of tip the nail upside down, tip it sideways. However, just keep watching it and you'll see exactly where you need it. And then once you're happy with where it is, cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. So now it's time to stick the tips down, guys. So I'm going to be using this Nail Pop Solid Tip Gel. Really like this product. It's a really nice product to use. So what I like to do is I like to scoop a little bit into that cuticle area. Just make sure that there's none overhanging. Flip it over, push it in my cuticle area at a 45-degree angle. And then just push it down the nail. And you'll see that solid tip gel working its way down the nail. Once it's got to the end of your natural nail, make sure it's straight. Get rid of any bits that's squidged out in that cuticle area. Just wipe it away. Because it's not sticky, it just wipes away really easy. And then make sure it's nice and straight and pop it in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. So I'm just going to show you me doing it one more time on the thumbnail. So scoop a little bit of that tip gel in the cuticle area. Lower it into my cuticle at a 45-degree angle. Pushing it down the nail. Watching that tip gel disperse down my natural nail. Wipe away any that's squidged out in that cuticle area. Keep pushing it down, making sure it's straight, and then give it a cure. So that is them all fully applied, guys, and that is what they look like on. I really like these. These are my kind of nails though. So I just want to finish off by applying a little bit of cuticle oil in the cuticle areas. Always remember to apply cuticle oil, guys, because your cuticles do take a hammering, you know, when you're doing your prep and all that. And also you're applying chemicals as well to your nails, so it does dry them cuticles out. So always remember to apply your cuticle oil. Not only that, but I think your nails also look so much nicer anyway for your pictures when you've applied cuticle oil. Just finishes the nails off nicely, doesn't it? So that is what they look like all finished, guys. A really cute, simple glitter ombre Gel X design. I'm really liking that I can do the nail art with my tips on nail stands and then apply them after. Obviously to do that you have got to use quite transparent colours like milky gels and stuff, otherwise obviously the light's not going to penetrate through the gel, so you do have to use like milky colours. But I quite like using milky colours for nail beds anyway, so this application works well for me. So everything that I've used today, guys, I'll leave listed in my description box. I'll also include any discount codes that I've got there as well. Always remember to check out my link tree as well, guys. Every single discount that I've got is all in my link tree. So it's always good to have a little look through there and have a look what discount codes I do have. So that is everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.